We've given away over 600 golden passports so far. So who's coming? Stephen Chidwick? Justin Bonomo? Adrian Mateos? Absolutely f***ing not. 80% of these players have never bought in for more than $500. Some of them don't even know how to play poker. Congratulations to all the winners so far. If you want a shot at this $5 million tournament, sign up at Club WPT Gold with code YouTube to win your seat.
Well, we'll start out with Kenny Nguyen. He is on the short stack right there, even though he just picked up a set of blinds and antes.
Good for Key, good for Silverthorne.
Says he's always a happy guy, Vince. I mean, he is a fun guy.
No more gifts for you.
Kind of like having him at the table.
Well, the happy-go-lucky here tonight so far. Well, let's go down to the felt. Olivier Busquet. Look at this hand. He's picked up a pair of kings.
Well, he's really the happy one because he's the big chip leader at this table, and now has picked up a big hand.
Yeah.
2 kings.
Makes it 300,000 to go, but there's trouble because Kenny Nguyen behind him with a pair of eights.
Well, Vince, when you're on the short stack and you pick up a pair like this, you almost have to go with it.
Wow, Silverthorne is all in again, guys.
Well, here we go. He's all in again, he says.
Oh, boy. He's going to move it in. Ivan Mamuzic going out, as well as Yanick. Keith Crowder, the real estate man, says no.
Well, Jeremy Brown out as well.
Oh.
And, of course, Olivier making the call.
Silverthorne running through a brick wall this time.
Good-natured.
Gotta love his attitude, Vince. I'll say that.
Why I have to pick up 2-8 here?
What an opportunity for the heads-up specialist, the chip leader, Olivier Busquet.
8.
Kings up against eights.
Well, here we go. Flop is ace, jack, deuce. No help for Kenny. Knows he's going to have to catch an 8 to win this pot to stay alive. Looking for a snowman. Doesn't happen on the turn as a 10 comes up.
Yep.
Well, he's going to have an 8 ball in the corner pocket, or this is going to be game over for Kenny Nguyen right here.
Yep, he needs a miracle. One card to come. Can Kenny get lucky?
8 on the river. Oh!
Nope, it's a 7. So that's going to do it for Super Twan. Kenny Nguyen got in this tournament by winning a $350 satellite. Cashed out pretty good, Vince.
$156,000 for Kenny, the Super Twan. You know, just getting attached to this guy. You know, just a great attitude.
Well, detach yourself, Vince. He's gone.
This is the largest field ever in WPT history. 1,018 players. We're down to these 5.
I'm coming for Keith's stack now.
Listen. You're gonna double me up.
I'm not gonna double you up.
Well,
I'm
my
just gonna
last
take
chip
your
is
chips.
in
I'm
the
gonna felt you and take your chips over here.
Double me up.
I can't wait to felt you.
All right, to the table we go. A quick fold by Jeremy. Olivier Busquet, our chip leader, also going out.
In my blind, too. It's probably gonna happen next hand.
Round to Ivan. He's going to raise it on the button with a queen 9 offsuit. Makes it 300,000 to go, but look at this in the small blind.
Uh-oh.
Yanick has picked up 2 kings.
He's the poker pro out of Canada. Got the kings. Do you just call? Do you play it slow, try to trap, or do you push now?
Now, Vince, the guy's a hockey player all his life, so he's going to put the slap shot on him right here for over 1.1 million.
Yep, makes the big raise. Puts up the sweatshirt over his mouth like he does every time he's in a hand. And now the real estate guy, Keith, tilting away, goes out. Back around to Ivan.
You're the best, sweetheart.
Well, Jeremy happy just that the drinks are still flowing. As you pointed out, he had 100 bottles of beer in the wall, down to about 90 now.
Ivan folds his hand.
Trying to steal my blind. Ran into something.
Your blind's still gone.
It's all good.
Mission accomplished.
That's right. Good job.
They are yapping it up, having a good time.
So those are boomerang trips.
Except for Keith.
They leave and they come back with friends.
He's gonna get felted right now. Right now, he's gonna try to buy my blind.
Next hand in play. Olivia quickly
He's
folding.
getting felted.
Saw you, Jeremy.
Keith is getting felted.
Look at this, Jeremy saying Keith is getting felted. Getting personal here.
Well, he's saying they're all going to fold around to the blind, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
And now Keith has picked up 10-4 spade. Got the highway patrol hand in the small blind. Notice Jeremy has 2 8s in the big blind, but it's a stare-down contest now.
If you do it, you're gonna get felted.
Well, he's egging him on. This is a great New York talk here.
I will send you home early.
Well, so far,
Oh, man. Can you cut the alcohol off, please?
Keith hasn't made a right decision yet at this final table.
You know you got a quality hand. You just want to push your player
I'm all
into
in.
a bad decision, and he makes it.
Wow. He's all in, and it gets called right away.
What a gross.
I never realized what a giant Jeremy is, too.
Well, he's
The 10 is
6'4".
coming.
The 10 is not coming.
The 10 is coming. It's cool. It's cool.
Look at this. Great talk. Gets a man to call,
The 10 is
to go
coming.
all in with just a
The 10 is
10-4.
coming.
He's getting the action he wants. But anything can happen on the World Poker Tour. And we will see the first 3 cards.
Well, Keith Crowder hoping to get lucky here. Let's see if it'll happen. Well, it's come 4 deuce deuce.
Keith picks up a piece of it, pair of 4s.
Well, he needs a 10 or a 4 to take the lead. 2 running spades would give him a flush.
No, 10's right on the turn.
Keith staying optimistic. Will he be right? No. 5 of clubs on the turn. No help to Keith.
Well, we're down to the river card. Keith Crowder must catch a 10 or a 4 on the river.
Right here. Put the 10 down there.
Otherwise, he'll be our 5th place finisher.
10 or 4 is good.
His dream of becoming a champion all on the line with his card.
Well, he said he thinks it's his time, but it's not. Jack of diamonds on the river. That's going to do it for Keith Crowder, who finishes in 5th place. And Vince, tonight he was just marching with 2 left feet. That's all there is to it. His timing off at this final table.
Well, you're right. The chips finally hitting the fan for Keith Crowder, out in 5th place. Going to pick up $188,000.
Keith, I just got in your head.
And just like that, we are down to 4. But what great talk.
I did. I definitely did.
Jeremy Brown, the New Yorker, to egg his opponent on to making a bad move.
You know, I just lost my patience. I didn't think he had much. He did. Every time I pushed on him, he had a hand. So, you know, I can look in the mirror and blame myself for this one.
Here's Jeremy Brown on a bit of a rush right now. This time he just has an 8-7. But he's interested. He's going to call it. Olivier folding. Ivan Mamuzic with a 9-7 also calling. And Yanick with just a 5-4, content to see the flop.
So we've got 3-way action out of 4 players here. Flop comes ace-9-3, all spades.
Ivan hitting a pair of 9s there, but no spade. He's first to act, and he looks like he's getting chips out. Yep, he's going to bet $325,000.
Now Yanick with the wheel draw and the baby spade flush draw. He throws his hand away.
But the New Yorker, Jeremy Brown, getting none of that and no spade. Absolute zip and pip.
I raise it.
He's taking his time. He says raise.
Unbelievable. No hand and no draw, and he comes right over the top of Ivan here.
His friends loving it. Little do they know that he has horrible hand. Well, a lot of guts here by Jeremy Brown. Makes it $975 to go.
Well, he's not betting on the cards, Vince, that's for sure. The guy didn't raise before the flop. You don't put him on an ace. Maybe he'll throw a flush draw away if it's a smaller flush draw.
Ivan in a quandary right now.
Well, Jeremy, a Penn State grad, playing this hand like a lion, that's for sure. The former Nittany Lion taking down this pot with bold, aggressive play.
What a nice move, picking up that pot. And he smiles. Well, you got to feel proud. That's beautifully done. Back the table, action on the Canadian. Yanick Brodeur, poker pro. He quickly folds his hand, but Jeremy picking up a big hand.
400.
Ace, king of clubs. Makes it $400,000 to go.
Well, he's all smiles right now. Winning pots and picking up cards at the same time.
Chip leader Olivier with a queen jack. And look at this little tasty re-raise. Makes it $850. Ivan out.
And Jeremy just calls the re-raise. Most guys would just come right over the top with ace-king suited here, especially against the chip leader, but not Jeremy. Wants to see a flop, and what a flop it is as it comes ace-king 5.
Oh, and Jeremy shaking his head.
He's shaking his head, but he's all grins.
Shaking his head. Usually when you shake your head, you have a big hand. And that's exactly what he has. Bad tell there by Jeremy.
What are you trying to do here, huh?
Olivier is going to fire out the continuation bet here.
Yep.
$950,000.
Didn't pick up on Jeremy's antics.
Oh, look at Jeremy now, staring up at the sky, wondering what to do. Well, all he's wondering is, do I just call and continue to trap this guy, or do I come over the top of him right here?
I call.
He's just going to call.
Big trouble here for the chip leader, Olivier, unless he hits a 10, but no, it's a deuce of clubs. Action on Olivier.
Getting thirsty over here.
Look at this Jeremy saying, I'll take another drink.
Olivier, obviously not picking up on these kind of tells. He is going to fire out over $2 million in chips here.
I'm all in.
And Jeremy going all in.
Yeah.
Well,
Here comes the baseball bat. That's when you do it.
now, Vince, I got to tell you the truth. I know this guy's a great online poker pro, but I believe Olivier needs to work on his live tells a little bit.
Yep.
Because you and I felt it was pretty obvious that Jeremy had a hand there, but Olivier did not pick up on it. Here at the shore.
An accountant out of New York, Jeremy Brown. Got a Jack-7, and he quickly folds.
Surprising, right?
Now Olivier Busquet used to be the chip leader. He's got King-6 this time. He's going to move it up to 400,000, Mike. I have an out.
Yanick Brodeur, hockey player all of his life, lives in Montreal, looks down at 2 snowmen. He's got the 2/8. He has seen the former chip leader, I'm talking about Olivier, spiral downward a little bit. So you wonder how he's going to play these 2/8 against him.
1.3.
Well, there's your answer, 1.3 million.
And he's going to just push Olivier right out of this pot.
So chalk that one up to great poker instincts by Yanick Brodeur from Canada right there. The hockey player putting one in the net there. Well, Olivier came to this final table as the big chip leader.
One more Budweiser.
Nothing seemingly going right for the online poker pro right now.
So funny because early on he was the bully at the table. He was pushing everyone around. He stood up straight. Now look at him. He's a shell of himself.
She should know what I want, right?
All right, this time it's up to him again. He's got an ace-6.
Now one of those marginal kind of hands, but you almost have to play him short-handed. He's going to raise it again, 400,000.
Into Mr. Mamuzic, who folds. And now the Canadian, Yanick, with a king-8, also folding. But Jeremy Brown, with an ace-9, is going to make the call.
Well, here comes the flop. Let's come 7-7-5 with 2 clubs.
I check to the better.
Jeremy says, I'll check to the better.
I check to the better.
Well, that's Olivier's girlfriend in the crowd.
And Olivier, will he make the continuation bet? Well, you got to give him credit. He's got heart. He's betting 475,000 with his ace high.
Well, now Jeremy's got a tough problem as to what to do. He might think his ace high is the best hand, but besides calling this bet,
I check it.
can you stand the pressure of future bets? Well, Jeremy's going to check in the dark. In other words, he's checking before the card even comes out there. And Olivier sees that.
Oh.
The king of clubs comes off, putting a possible flush out there.
Want to rethink that now. He's got the 4 flush, but it's too late. He's checked it already. And Olivier checking behind him.
Well, you're fearful a little bit your opponent might have had a flush draw. Indeed, Jeremy's got the ace of clubs. He does have the nut flush draw now. A 7 comes off, putting 3 7s on the board.
600.
Jeremy is going to fire out there now, 600,000. They both have exactly the same hand, 3 7s with an ace-king. What Olivier's thinking about here, if a guy had a flush, would he bet when there's 3 7s on the board? I don't think so. He would just check it down and hope it was good. So he's trying to figure out, did the guy have a full house all the time? Would he really bet 7s full of 5s in this spot? Is my ace high any good right now? Vince, I think he may call him here with the ace high, and indeed he's doing it.
I got ace high.
This is going to be a split pot.
Wow, great call.
That's a nice call by Olivier right here, folks, I can tell you. He thought things out pretty good. Didn't think the guy would bet a flush. Jeremy staring down there. Wow. He's thinking, pretty good call by this guy.
Hell of a call, dude.
Yep, Jeremy giving him respect right there as he guzzles another beer. Split pot, and we move on.
Fine call.
Action going to Olivier on this hand. Let's see what he's got. Well, it looks like a queen-jack.
Call.
Yeah, Olivier seemingly playing every pot now and getting some hands to play him with.
Ivan Mamuzic behind him with the button with a king-9. And he's going to push it up a bit.
Well, he's going to raise it, makes it 525,000 to go. Yanick looks down at an ace-4 offsuit. First guy limped in. The next guy raised it. This kind of hand most players would just muck immediately here. You just hate to play an ace and a baby card when two players are in the pot in front of you and it's been raised.
Girlfriend Claudia rooting her man on.
$2 million.
And look at this. He's going to make it $2 million. Gee. Jeremy out. Olivier also out.
What a bet by Yanick Brodeur right here. Well, Ivan's just posing for the cameras. He's not playing either, Vince. I can promise you with a king nine offsuit. He knows his opponent's about pot committed, so if he would raise it, he'd get called. And you just don't want to get your money in there with a king nine in this spot. You have to give Yanick a lot of credit for making this raise. Unbelievable. Ivan does go out. Yanick does win the pot. And right there, the former hockey player just sensed a couple guys were sneaking across the blue line or something, and he whacked him with a stick.
The bluffs are happening in Atlantic City. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. That is right. Close to $1 million. First place prize here tonight, $925,000. Second place, $453,000. And right now, our chip leader is the accountant out of New York, Jeremy Brown. He has $12.2 million in chips.
Yeah, the graduate from Penn State out in front right now and feeling good.
To the table we go. Action on the Canadian. Ivan Mamuzic looks down at an ace-7 of clubs. Pretty attractive hand in a four-handed poker game, and he's going to raise it. Makes it $400,000 to go.
Let's fold it around to Olivier Busquet, who looks down at 2 5s in the big blind. He's been playing very aggressive at this final table. Played a lot of hands, but takes a conservative mode here by just calling. Doesn't re-raise with the 2 5s. Here comes a flop. A flop is 9-6-3 with 2 hearts. Olivier still out in front with the 2 5s.
Check.
And he checks.
Yep. Ivan also checking. Nothing hitting on that flop. Here goes the turn card.
Well, a 7 comes off. Ivan has made the best hand now with 2 7s. Olivier, however, has a two-way straight draw. A 4 or an 8 would make him a straight.
And he's going to bet on the come. It looks like $525,000 with no real hand at this moment.
Well, Ivan's going to call him with the 2 7s.
Yeah, big pot brewing here. Down to the river. Who's going to get lucky? Oh, look at this, a 5. 3 of a kind there.
Unbelievable. Olivier has outplucked him, as we say, on the river here. He's now out in front, but there is a possible flush and a possible straight out there. So do you want to bet trips here?
A lot of danger everywhere with these 5 exposed cards. But Olivier looks like he's getting the guts up, putting the chips out. It's 1.150 in chips.
Really?
Well, he's bet about half the size of the pot here. And Ivan now trying to figure this out. Would the guy really bet on the come with a straight draw if he just had a 4 or an 8 in his hand?
I call.
Whoa.
He's going to make the call with the 2 7s.
It's good.
And Olivier's 3 5s are going to win this pot. And Vince, maybe that'll get him back on the right track here. A great value bet on the river there. A dangerous bet in my view, but one that paid off for Olivier there.
Real nice bet.
Ivan Mamuzic paying that off.
Oh boy, like he just broke a guitar string on that one.
All right, back to the felt we go. Action on our chip leader, Jeremy Brown.
400.
And he's got a nice hand. Ace Queen, making it $400,000 quickly. Olivier out. Ivan also out.
Around to the big blind here. Oh, and look at this. Yanick Brodeur has picked up Ace King. He's got big slick in the big blind.
Raise.
Oh, pippity doodah. You love Ace King when another guy has Ace Queen. And of course, Yanick says raise.
Yanick sitting in 3rd chip position at the moment.
I'm all in.
Call.
Wow, all in and called. Jeremy knows he made a mistake when he got called that quick. And this is amazing, Vince. Yanick Brodeur will take the chip lead if he wins this pot.
Damn.
He's got way the best hand. Ace King against Ace Queen.
Maybe you got it.
For a guy playing in his first ever WPT tournament, he could be the chip leader with 4 players left if the Ace King holds up.
Throw a queen out there one time.
Jeremy begging for a queen. Can he get it on the flop? Nope.
Well, flop comes 9-8-6.
Queen, please. 10 jack.
Jeremy's going to need a queen to win the pot. A 10 jack would do it for him as
queen.
well. He's looking for a lucky lady. Oh, and he hits it on the turn. Look at that. Queen comes right off on the turn.
Yeah!
Oh, the Brew Boys celebrating with them.
Well, it's not over. Yanick can catch a king on the river and win the pot. But Vince, I got to tell you, he took that turn card about as good as anybody I've ever seen when you're playing for $1 million. Hardly flinched when it came off of there.
Yanick needs a miracle, but does not get it.
Well, there's tough luck for the Canadian right there. Knocked out in 4th place on a bad beat.
Oh, yeah, Yanick completely stunned here. Just like that, Yanick out. He's going to pick up $216,000. What a gentleman, walking away with a lot of class, and we are down to 3.
I'm just happy to get it in with the better hand. So
That was so sick.
We've given away over 600 golden passports so far. So who's coming? Stephen Chidwick, Justin Bonomo, Adrian Mateos? Absolutely f***ing not. 80% of these players have never bought in for more than $500. Some of them don't even know how to play poker. Congratulations to all the winners so far. If you want a shot at this $5 million tournament, sign up at Club WPT Gold with code YouTube to win your seat.
Let's go to the felt. Action on Ivan Mamuzic.
Well, Ivan, a student out of Canada,
500.
gets out of the way here to let the 2 chip leaders go at it.
Well, Jeremy with ace-8 has raised to $500,000. Olivier right now with a king-5.
Look at this, Vince. He's going to come right over the top here with just a king-5 offsuit.
There's Olivier's girlfriend in the audience, Lorelei.
I was getting ready to tell you you're making some great laydowns.
Olivier is a heads-up specialist.
And then you go and do
This
that.
time, his head could come off if he gets too fancy here. He is raised to 1.7.
You want to dance this hand? So we might be doing it.
2 New Yorkers going at each other.
How much more do you have?
I think I started with like 9.
And it says, how much have you got? Wants him to count down the chips
I have
for him.
about 7.5 million.
All right, I'm all in.
Whoa. What a play here by Jeremy Brown. He's moved all in with an ace-8 offsuit.
And Olivier quickly mucking his hand. And there are Jeremy's friends, the Brew Boys, partying it up in the front row, loving it. Well, the stakes so high for these guys. Look at that. The winner going to take home close to $1 million.
Well, what a great all-in bet by Jeremy Brown right there to take down that pot.
And this hand right now, Jeremy's picked up a wired pair of 6s.
500.
Going to make it $500,000. Olivier, disgusted, goes out. And Ivan Mamuzic, he has said all in. He's got a pair of 3s here. And a quick call by Jeremy with the 6s. Jeremy loving this.
cooler.
Well, of course he's loving it because you got your position where you're an 80% favorite to win the hand. It's
Domination here at Borgata. Jeremy Brown, the accountant from New York, in a great position to break a player.
He's got the 6s. His opponent's got 2 3s.
Here comes the flop. Oh, and he's
a
caught his
6
6.
right on the flop. It's come queen 9-6. The only way he can lose this pot if it comes 3-3.
Oh,
So the Canadian about to head back north.
It's over.
As the 10 of diamonds comes off on the turn, it is over. Ivan Mamuzic had a great tournament,
That's bottoms up, boys.
finishing in 3rd.
just like that. 23 years old, going to pick up $251,000. We're down to heads-up action as Jeremy Brown, our chip leader, has the Brew Boys chugging beers. What a tournament.
That was just a standard spot. He raised the button. I had 12 blinds left. I shoved 3s. He had 6s.
Can I get another cocktail, please?
Sure about that?
Oh, man.
Am I sure about that? Come on now.
Bottoms up.
He has a big chip lead right now, but Liv is really solid. So if Liv gets lucky once and doubles up, Liv's going to take it down.
Actually, a round for everybody, including me, too. Please.
So for the first time tonight in this heads-up battle, Olivier Busquet has the chip lead. He's got nearly $18.6 million. Jeremy Brown with $12 million.
Yeah, that is true. And the antes and blinds are going up. $40,000 antes. Blinds will be $200,000 and $400,000. To the table we go. Action on Jeremy Brown.
800.
He's got king, queen this time. He's going to raise.
Well, again, the minimum raise makes it $800,000.
Olivier with a king 9 is quickly called.
Now flop comes queen 10-9. Great flop for Jeremy here. He's out in front with the 2 queens. They both have the same straight draw. Olivier has bottom pair.
Check.
Yep, Olivier checks.
800.
Now Jeremy is going to bet his top pair.
He's bet 800,000 and he's called by Olivier. I think he's getting called here, Vince, because not only the bottom pair, but the straight draw. And Olivier knows this guy's been on tilt. Both players now have 2 pairs. Jeremy out in front.
Check.
Olivier checks.
Both players, of course, fearful that their opponent has a jack in their hand, which would give them a straight.
And Jeremy behind him has checked it. And a queen on the river.
Dream card for Jeremy there. He now has a full house. Now, Olivier thinks his kings up are good here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's trying to make a value bet here.
That's a $1.2 million bet.
Oh, look at this. The knuckle cracking again. The nonchalant look out into space.
I raise.
Like I don't know what to do. Well, he announces raise after cracking his knuckles.
4.5.
He's going to make it 4.5 million.
Jeremy's friends playing footsies there.
Well, Olivier just saw this guy bluff off a lot of money and turned up that queen deuce a minute ago when he had aces and kings. So he's wondering, is the guy trying to make another play? Is he just trying to show off for his buddies and making a raise when he doesn't have anything again?
So confused right here.
There's Lorelei, Olivier's girlfriend.
I think that makes sense to me.
I mean, virtually all he can be is a bluff here, Vince. I mean, if the guy had a king in his hand, he would not raise it in this spot.
Why my instincts are telling me to call?
He must have a full house or a straight to make a raise here.
Call.
Oh, wow.
Well, Olivier's going to make the call, and he is not going to like it as Jeremy turns up a full house.
Yeah, full house is good. King's full is good.
And the Brew Boys cheer.
I don't have a jack, no. I had a king. He never raises a jack ever. It's back all.
He's talking to his fans, trying to explain why he made that call on the river.
Nice hand, bro. Very nice. Well played.
Oh, we have a new chip leader again.
I know, I'm
Flip
just
flop
saying.
back to Jeremy Brown, the accountant.
Nice hand.
Got over
Nice
18
hand. Well
million, and now Olivier's got down to 12 million.
Yeah, back to the table we go.
Action on Olivier.
And he looks down at the highway patrol hand. We've seen that hand a lot here, a 10-4 over and out at this final table. Here it's the 10-4 hearts.
Yep, he's raised with it, makes it 800,000. Jeremy with a 9 deuce of diamonds, gonna call.
I think he's on a little roll right now. And indeed he is. And there comes the flop.
Flop comes up 8-7-4.
600.
And Jeremy's gonna try to steal this, bet 600,000. Olivier with a pair of 4s, Jeremy with nothing.
Well, Olivier's looking him up with bottom pair here. And rightfully so. Well, jack of diamonds comes off. So there on the flop, Jeremy bet with no hand and no draw. All of a sudden he's got a straight draw and a flush draw.
Check.
But he's gonna check this time. And Olivier behind him is gonna check. Going to the river.
Oh, the queen of diamonds comes off. This gives Jeremy a flush. He is going to win this pot. Now he's going to try to figure out how he can extract chips from his opponent.
Just a beautiful river card.
Well, there's about 2.8 million in the pot.
1.4.
He's going to bet half of that amount. He's going to bet 1.4 million.
Nicely calculated by the accountant.
Well, if you're sitting in Olivier's seat, you're saying, what could this guy have? You don't put him on a backdoor diamond flush draw. The guy bet on the flop, so you're not going to put him on 2 diamonds here. In fact, when you play poker, very rare do you put a guy on a backdoor flush, as we say, where he catches 1 trump card on the turn and 1 on the river. If he's got it, he's got it, but you just don't put him on it. So he's going to pay him off a bottom pair. All he can beat's a stone bluff.
Flush. Wow.
And Olivier says, wow, because he bet with a 9 deuce on that flop.
Oh, sick.
And that's why he's so surprised.
Incredibly stunned, Olivier shaking his head. Jeremy Brown starting to stretch out his lead.
So sick. It's 9-2.
Stay tuned. We're coming back with more exciting action from Borgata in just a moment. Out in front with 21 million. Olivier Busquet with 8.9 million, Mike.
Action's on Olivier. He looks down at the 9-5 of spades on the button.
Blinds 200 and 400,000. Very hefty.
And he's going to make it 800,000 to go.
2 million straight.
And look at this, 2 million by Jeremy Brown with the 4-deuce offsuit.
Oh, just a Gus Hansen play, a junk hand.
And he's got the chip lead again. He's just trying to apply pressure where the guy will go away. It might work here because that's a hefty raise when you're just looking at 9-5. But he's going to make the call. So Olivier gambling here with the 9-5 of spade. See if it pays off for him. He's flopped the flush draws. Come King Jack 7 with 2 spades. And this is what happens when you raise out of position. You're almost committed to fire at this pot, even though you only have a 4-deuce offsuit here.
But he's going
$3 million.
to keep this lie going here. He's bet $3 million.
On.
And quickly,
Whoa.
Olivier has gone all in with the flush draw.
Yes, he has. Really quite uncallable at this point, and Jeremy finally has to lay it down.
Well, that's the problem sometimes when you raise with those garbage hands, the 4-deuce offsuit, because now after the flop, you got to commit more chips to the pot. And there's a case that he could have just saved 4.4 million in chips if he just mucks his hand.
Are they bringing the water over here or what?
Oh, look at this, Jeremy for the first time tonight asking for water. I say, bring it with 3 aspirins and some black coffee.
Well, he's still the chip leader. If I could give Jeremy one poker lesson real quick, it would be that money saved is money earned. You're allowed to fold when the guy raises once in a while.
I call.
Check.
Blinds going up to 250 and 500,000. Jeremy with Queen 9 has just called. And Olivier with 10-8, content to see the flop.
And flop comes 10-7-7. So Olivier out in front with 10s up. He's going to check.
750.
Jeremy gonna bet
750,000 is the bet.
with just Queen high.
And he's going to get called right here.
Yep, and look at this, Jeremy sees the humor in life even when he has nothing.
And now a jack comes off.
Check.
And it does give Jeremy an open-end straight draw here. Olivier checks, and Jeremy checks right behind him. Now another 10 comes off at the river. This gives a full house to Olivier.
Yep, he's first to act, getting the chips out.
Yeah, Olivier's going to bet 800,000 here. There's virtually no hand that Jeremy can beat here. If his opponent had an 8-9, he's got a straight. If he had a 10 or a 7, he's got a full house. If he's got an ace high, he's beat.
2.7.
Call.
He's going to raise it here.
Oh boy, and he gets a quick call, of course, by Olivier.
Well, Olivier's 10s full are going to take down that pot, but that was just a mental block by Jeremy Brown, in my opinion, there.
We are right about even.
There's no hand he can beat. Once the guy calls you on the flop, give the hand up. You can't beat anything.
Coming back with more action. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
We've given away over 600 golden passports so far. So who's coming? Stephen Chidwick, Justin Bonomo, Adrian Mateos? Absolutely f***ing not. 80% of these players have never bought in for more than $500. Some of them don't even know how to play poker. Congratulations to all the winners so far. If you want a shot at this $5 million tournament, sign up at Club WPT Gold with code YouTube to win your seat.
About a dead heat right now, Vince. As you said, if somebody winning the blinds could change the chip lead now, that's how small it is.
1,000.
Million, you meant?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry.
Jeremy with a King 5 this time. He's raised it to $1 million. Olivier looks like he's going to call with just a Jack 10.
All right, so here we go. Comes the flop. Let's come Jack 9-5.
Check.
Great flop for Olivier. He's up front with 2 jacks and checks.
And Jeremy catching a pair of 5s here, also going to check.
He checked bottom pair there. Good discipline. Now a 9 comes off. Both players have 2 pair. Olivier has the top 2 pair. Jeremy has the bottom 2 pair. Olivier's going to come out and bet $1.5 million here.
I call.
Jeremy stands him down, doesn't believe him. He's going to make this call. So a big pot brewing right now between these two men. As the crowd stares on, river card coming up.
Well, the 4 hearts comes off. This card could spell trouble for Jeremy because it's No flush card, no straight card, no overcards.
Olivier, will he put in the value bet?
3.5.
I call.
3.5 million.
And quickly called by Jeremy.
Have a jack.
Yes, an angry quick call.
Well, you can't really blame him for calling there with 2 5s, Vince.
No.
Looked like his opponent could add a straight draw, a flush draw real easy the way that hand was played.
Wow.
Unfortunately for Jeremy, he takes another $5 million hit.
Really nice hand there.
He's talking to himself right now. Been playing for a long time. Jeremy started playing in college. Said he was a madman. Well, he's proven that here tonight as well. But he's going after close to $1 million. That's the difference. To this hand we go. Olivier this time with ace-3.
Call.
Any ace high in a heads-up situation is a pretty good hand, but he just limps in.
1.5 total.
And Jeremy Brown has a pair of ladies, queens. And he's going to raise it.
Yep, he's made it 1.5 million, and he's been called.
So this could be a good one. Here's the flop.
Now flop comes 9-7 deuce with 2 hearts.
Queens well out in front. It's on him, and he's betting $2 million.
Well, he slams $2 million in the pot. Olivier quickly gives it up.
Yeah, no games by Olivier. Nice lay down.
So a mild comeback by Jeremy on that hand anyway.
So Olivier still out in front, guarding his money well. Can he finish off young Jeremy Brown? We will see. Jeremy this time with a lousy 5 deuce.
He's got the 5 deuce of spade. He's on the button.
1.2.
Well, these are the kind of hands I think that have got him in trouble here. He raised with the 4 deuce. He raised with all these hands.
He takes chances. Yeah, 1.2 million. And Olivier with an ace-4 makes the call. Here we go with the first 3. And look at this 3 of a kind for Olivier.
Unbelievable. It's come 4-4-3. He checks the 3 4s. Jeremy has the open-in straight draw.
All in.
Call.
And he goes all in. Well, Olivier's quickly called him, and unfortunately for Jeremy, the ace won't help him.
He's got to be dead. I have a 4.
He must catch a 6. So Olivier well out front there, about an 85% favorite to win this pot.
3-4 ace. 3-4 ace. Come on. 3-4 ace.
5.
Olivier Busquet has come back from 19-1 difference in chips in this final heads-up action. Has it all on the line right now.
A 6 is the only card on the turn that'll give Jeremy the lead. He could catch 2 running spades.
Oh, that's 1 of spades.
Well, there's one of them. Any spade but the 3 of spade will now win the pot for Jeremy, as well as a 6.
The crowd on their feet, as is Jeremy. He needs some luck.
Hold.
Can this be it?
Well, Olivier knows he's 1 card away from winning this title, and a 5 comes up. He's done it. He's going to win the pot with 3 4s. Olivier has made the greatest comeback in the history of the World Poker Tour, playing heads up. That's amazing.
He goes over to his friends, hugs for all.
Well, boys, let's cheers to that one.
$1 million, my man.
As Jeremy meets the Blue Boys and slugs down another.